אנחנו נתחיל בעוד מספר דקות, אנחנו ממתינים לאוטובוס של תלמידים משדות נגב, ממש כמה דקות. תודה רבה על הסבלנות. ברוכים הבאים לטקס הפרידה מביפין ג'ושי, זכרו לברכה, היוצא לדרכו האחרונה, חזרה לנפאל. Welcome to the official event honoring Bipin Joshi. May his memory be a blessing, heading for his last journey back home to Nepal. We would like to begin with a moment of silence. The audience is requested to stand. לדקה דומייה, הקהל מתבקש לעמוד. אפשר לשבת. You may sit down. כבוד מתאם השבויים והנעדרים, תת-אלוף במיל' גל הירש, השגרירה עינת שליין, ראשת מש"ב, סוכנות הסיוע של ישראל במשרד החוץ, Chargé des Affaires of the Embassy of Nepal, Mr. קומר בהדור שרסטה, מתאמת השבויים והנעדרים במשרד החוץ, הגברת שולי דוידוביץ', ראש החטיבה הקונסולרית במשרד החוץ, מר זיו בילאוס, ראש המועצה האזורית שדות נגב, מר תמיר עידן, ראש תחום קש"ח מנהלת החטופים והשבים, הגברת תמר אבו, מנהל החטיבה הבינלאומית בזק"א, מר ברוך נידם, נציגי צה"ל, חברים מהמועצה האזורית שדות נגב, ממטה החטופים, קיבוץ אלומים ומכללת חמדת, אורחים יקרים. Bipin Joshi, a 23-year-old young and vibrant Nepalese student, arrived in Israel in September 2023 through Israel's International Development Cooperation Agency of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, MASHAV. He received an internship in the agriculture program and quickly found friends among the diverse interns on Kibbutz Alumim. His desire was to learn and share knowledge from those who practice agriculture as part of their DNA. Just 3 weeks after his arrival, on October 7th, 2023, he was abducted to Gaza by Hamas terrorists. More than 2 years have passed since Hamas murderous terrorists entered our homes and committed some of the worst atrocities since World War II. 251 innocent people were kidnapped by Hamas and kept as hostages in Gaza to be used as pawns and human shields. Bipin was kidnapped from a bomb shelter in the kibbutz, where he spent hours bravely saving his friends, including by throwing live grenades out of the bomb shelter. At 10:30, after long hours in the shelter, amid a barrage of rockets and missiles and a fight with the terrorists, he was kidnapped and taken to Shifa Hospital in Gaza. He was later transferred to another location in Gaza. Ever since that day, the State of Israel has been relentless and dedicated, doing everything possible in order to bring all our kidnapped people home. Bipin's mother, Padma, and sister, Pushpa, traveled to Israel and the U.S. a few weeks ago to pray and advocate for his release. Yet since November 2023, no information or signs of life were given, and we feared for Bipin's life. On Simchat Torah Eve this year, the first phase of President Donald J. Trump's peace plan began with the return of the living hostages, as well as some of those who were murdered in Gaza. After 738 days, Bipin's body has been returned. He was murdered in captivity during the first month of the war. Today, we join Bipin's family and the people of Nepal in mourning. We are here to honor Bipin's life, courage, and kindness. I would like to invite the coordinator for the hostages and missing persons at the Israeli Prime Minister's office, Mr. Gal Hirsch, to light a candle and say a few words.
Our brother Bipin, Mr. Chargé d'Affaires for the Nepali embassy in Israel, Bipin's friends, my friends to the hostage and missing alignment of the State of Israel, Ambassador Carstens from the United States of America, distinguished guests. I'm so sorry. It should end this way. Bipin, great young man with dreams and future, talented person, came to Israel, and we're sending him back with sorrow and grief and agony after this massacre of October 7th, 2 years in captivity, and we are so sorry for that result. Bipin was not only a talented student, not only a great person, he was a hero. He fought bravely, struggling, saving human lives during the terror attack. He survived but murdered in captivity by the terrorists of Hamas terror organization. We will never forget and never forgive. Bipin, we struggled for 2 years to bring you back home. Along the way, the journey, we learned about your family, beautiful family, so special people. We learned about your friends, and we strengthened even more the unique relationship between the people of Israel and the Nepali people. You're one of us. Every Israeli know your name. Every Israeli know your story. We will never forget you. Never. You'll be in our hearts, in the Israeli memory. And I want to thank the Nepali people, the Nepali government, Nepali ambassadors, the people of Israel that struggled for you. And first of all, and most important from all, the Israel Defense Forces, soldiers, the secret services, our friends from abroad, the American administration headed by Donald J. Trump, and the Israeli government headed by our Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Mission is not accomplished yet. We still have hostages in Gaza Strip. Just as we struggled in the battlefield, in the negotiation tables to bring you back home, we will never give up and won't finish our efforts until everybody, all our hostages, are back home. Thank you for honoring Bipin Joshi. One of us came to the Negev to study and was murdered in captivity in a terrible event. Terrible event. Remember Bipin. We will. The people of Israel will.
I would like to invite the Chargé des Affaires of the Embassy of Nepal in Israel, Mr. Kumar Bahadur Shrestha, to light a candle and say a few words.
Good morning, all. Coordinator of the Prisoner of War and a Missing Person, Brigadier General Gal Hoskil, Ambassador Inat Salin, Head of the Department of the Israeli Aid Agency of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Coordinator of the Department of the Interior of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ms. Suli Davidovic, Head of the Consular Division of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Deep Bilos, Head of the Sdot Negev Regional Council, Mr. Tamir Adin, beloved Nepalese community, media person, and ladies and gentlemen. Today we are here to pay tributes to a brave hero whose name is Mr. Bipin Joshi, came from Nepal in Israel as a student in 2023. Unfortunately, he was kidnapped by Hamas on 7 October 2023 during a terror attack. After longer 2 years, we saw him in a deceased body. We are very sad and grief-stricken. We pay our heartfelt tributes to Mr. Bipin and extend our heartfelt condolence to his family in Nepal. He was the only son of Joshi family. He was a good friend for all, not only Nepal, but also in Israel, who saved the life of the other. So we can call him, he was a real icon of relation of both countries. Looking back at it, Nepal and Israel governments made great efforts to rescue him by various steps, but it did not go as expected. Nepal is very grateful to the Israeli government, and from our side, we never forget the invaluable support and unwavering endeavors in this regard. By these relentless efforts of Israel reached out between our both countries at a new level in the sphere of the people-to-people relation. Our diplomatic relations have been added a new sentimental voice by our common efforts, in which our historical and geographical ties also reflected into emotional connection of Mr. Bipin Joshi. Thus, our bilateral relations have been promoting in the days ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, we all pay our heartfelt tributes again, and he will always be remembered by all Nepali and Israeli peoples. Now Bipin is in heaven, and we pray that his soul may rest in the peace. Thank you.
I would like to invite Deputy Director General and Head of Mashav at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Israel's International Development Cooperation Agency, Ms. Einat Schlein, to light a candle and say a few words.
Good morning. Chargé d'affaires at the Embassy of Nepal, Nepalese community in Israel, dear and honorable guests, we're gathered here today in order to honor and pay tribute to Bipin Joshi, a young, enthusiastic, and very ambitious student who came to Israel in September 23 in order to pursue a better future for him, for his family, working on various ways to improve his own life. He came in as an intern, as a part of the 11-month internship in agriculture program regulated by Mashav, and he was placed by the academic center of Sdot Negev in Kibbutz Alumim. On that horrible morning of October 7th, Bipin, as some mentioned before me, was very brave. He was a hero. He pushed back a grenade. He tried to protect his people. But the murderers of Hamas who entered the room where he and his group were staying had no mercy. And for hours, Bipin and the rest of the Nepalese students had to watch 10 of their fellow students as they unfortunately die. Out of that morning, out of 20 students, 10 were assassinated. One, Bipin Joshi, was kidnapped to Gaza, and all the others were wounded. 4 of them, who have been badly wounded, are still being treated in Israel. Bipin was taken to Gaza. He was seen on video walking on his legs in Shifa Hospital. And then, of course, we saw a month after, we recently saw that a month after his abduction, after his kidnapping, we saw him alive in Gaza. Yet he was murdered by the vicious terrorists of Hamas. And he fell victim to an outrageous attack of vicious terrorists when all he wanted to do is work on a better future. This program has been going on for decades. Through this program, many thousands of students, tens of thousands of students, and definitely thousands of Nepalese have come to Israel to learn about advanced agriculture, and they have built wonderful projects in Nepal when they came back. This is a part of our bond and sound relationship between Israel and Nepal. And Bipin Joshi was supposed to lay another brick in this construction of friendship and relations between the two people, the Nepalese and the Israeli. Unfortunately, the vicious murderers deprived him and his family of his private wishes and deprived his nation of the promising future of such a wonderful young man. There are very few words that we can offer as comfort. I too met his mother, Padma, and his sister Pushba when they were in Israel a few weeks ago. They were still so hopeful that some miracle will happen and he will be found and he is alive and he will come back. But the dreadful news came in, and unfortunately Bipin has been murdered already more than a year and a half ago, and the vicious murderers have just been dragging this family's closure as they did for many other families, which doesn't surprise us but is still a shame. So today we would say our last goodbyes to Bipin. I wish I was there to greet him upon his graduation, but he never got to that moment. On behalf of the Foreign Minister and the Foreign Ministry, I would like to offer our deepest condolences to his family, to his friends, to the community in Israel and in Nepal, and promise that we will never forget him. May God bless his soul.
I would like to invite Deputy Director General for Asia and the Pacific at the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Aviv Ezra, to light a candle and say a few words.
distinguished friends from the Embassy of Nepal, members of the Nepali community in Israel, and Israeli friends of Bipin that are gathered here today to honor him. We gather here in deep sorrow to honor the memory of Bipin Joshi, a kind and devoted young man who came to Israel from Nepal with hope in his heart and a spirit of hard work and friendship between Israel and Nepal. Bipin, as was mentioned here, was murdered by radical extremist Hamas terrorists in a brutal attack of October 7th, an act of cruelty that took the lives of so many innocent men and women who thought only to live and work in peace. For many long months, we prayed and we hoped for his return. But today, unfortunately, we finally accompany him on his last journey home with love, with respect, and with profound sadness. In recent months, I also had the privilege of meeting Bipin's mother and sister when they came to Israel. They met the president, they met the prime minister, they met the foreign minister, and many dignitaries. Their quiet dignity and boundless love for him touched everyone's heart. We could feel, all of us, the depth of their pain, and our hearts broke with them. Their courage reminds us that behind every name and every photograph that we see today stands a world of love, of family, and of dreams that are cut short by Hamas. Bipin's life symbolizes the special friendship between Nepal and Israel, a friendship that is built on shared values, on hard work, on compassion, and mutual respect. For decades, the people of Nepal have stood beside the people of Israel, in the fields, in the homes, and in the spirit of solidarity that transcends distance, and for that, we are deeply grateful. On behalf of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Government of Israel, the Foreign Minister, we extend our deepest condolences to Bipin's family and to the people of Nepal. We stand with you today in grief, in respect, and in lasting friendship. May Bipin's memory be of blessing, and may his spirit rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
I would like to invite Honorary Consul of Nepal in Israel, Mr. Nadav Ben Yehuda, to light a candle and say a few words.
Shalom לכולם. Dai hao, ra didi hao, namaskar. Today is the day of 744 since the beginning of the war. This is actually the first day I'm without the military uniform since the beginning of the October 7th war. And this is only for the reason to go back with Bipin back to Nepal. Since the beginning of the war, there has been many fronts. One of them was the Nepali front. We had 10 murdered Nepalis who were brutally murdered on the same day. 4 Nepalis got critically injured and until this day are being treated. And 1 Nepali, our brother Bipin, who was taken hostage by the murderous people of Hamas. Bipin Ji, on the day -26, you embarked from Kathmandu to a beautiful journey. You wanted to learn and deepen your knowledge in agriculture. You wanted to go back to your family, back to your village, and to develop everything you could touch after that. On day -25, You landed over here in Israel, and myself and my partners from the embassy, we were at the airport receiving you and all the other Nepalis who got here to the program. On day 0, October 7, 1923, we started receiving in the morning, even before 7 in the morning, video calls from you and the other brothers and sisters in Kibbutz Alumim, crying for help. We saw the terrorists, we heard the shootings, we heard the grenades. On that awful day, we did everything we could until many of us was drawn back to fighting with the military. On day number 9, we buried my own personal brother, Itamar Ben Yehuda, commander at the Golani Brigade. And all the Nepali community have been there with me and my family at the cemetery, honoring him on his last depart. On day 14, we operated a rescue flight of the 254 Nepalis who survived the October 7 attacks. On this flight was Minister Saud from Nepal, and all the embassy was over there at the airport. And I remember that on a spontaneous moment, all our brothers and sisters from Nepal, they requested to do a moment of silence in the airport for my own brother and for all the bereaved families of the soldiers. Now, I knew for many years that if there's one thing which is contagious is laughter. You know, when people start laughing, other people look at them and they start laughing and smile themselves. But over that day, I learned that silence can be contagious as well. And the entire airport went silent because of those 254 heroes that survived that day along us with the family of the embassy. After they left, 4 Nepalis, heroic Nepalis, that got critically injured, stayed here in Israel. Babinji from Dang, and Bidanji from Ceylan, and Imanchalji from Gorkha, and Dan Badurji from Kailai. On the 13th day and the 24th day of the war, we sent back the 10 Nepalis who were brutally murdered. We sent Narayanji, and Lokendra, and Dipesh, and Ashish, and Ganesh, and Anand, and Rajesh, and Rajan, and Padam, and Prabesh, back to their families in 2 different flights. It was not easy at the beginning of the war, but they reached back home. We were left with only one. We didn't know where he was. Bipin Merobai. After that day, only today we can say, we encountered the longest of Israel's wars. Nobody knew it's going to be that long. I've been in all fronts and behind all borders during the entire war. And every time something happened in Nepal, my friends, my brothers from Nepal asked me, Nadav, when is going to be the next time you're going to come to the country? Because Nepal is my second home. And every time I answered the same question. The first time that I will leave the country with a passport, it's going to be back to Nepal, it's going to be back with Bipinji. On the day of 738, Hamas, the vicious people, terrorists of Hamas, has declared that they are going to return Bipin back to Israel. After the entire war that they have said that they don't know where is he and what happened to him, he was the first one on the first batch to be returned back to Israel. Today, on the day of 744, Bipin is going to start his journey back to Nepal, and tomorrow, God's will, day 745, he's going to be back in Mahendranagar, back with his family, back home. There has been so many organizations, organs, and people, I will not dare say their names, that we have all cooperated together to bring Bipin back. I will not dare to say their names because I will probably forget. You all know who you are and what you have done to return Bipin back home to his family. And Padma Bidi and Pushpa Baini. We're coming back. Bipin Ji Merubai, Hami Sangai, Garjaum, Nepalko, Jai Hos.
I would like to invite the head of International Affairs at the Kidnapped, Missing and Returnees Administration in the Prime Minister's office, Ms. Tamar Abu, to light a candle and say a few words.
Distinguished guests, friends, the entire team at our administration had the honor of accompanying and supporting Bipin's family for the past excruciating 2 years, providing them with the same support we have given the Israeli hostage families. Bringing Bipin back was just as important to us as all of our other beloved hostages. Bipin's family, Padma, Pushpa, and the rest of the family have touched us all, and we're standing with them, sharing their grief and their pain. This is not the ending we were hoping for. It's a small relief to know that Bipin did not suffer in captivity for very long. This is an important milestone that we are able to learn and understand what had happened to Bipin, pay our respect, and bring him back to his family. We, the administration and the Israeli government, will continue to accompany and support Bipin's family and make sure their rights by law as family of victims of terror will be given to them, continuing the bond that was created on October 7th. May you rest in peace, Bipin.
I would like to invite the head of the Regional Council, Sdot Negev, Mr. Tamir Idan, to light a candle and say a few words.
שלום לכולם. אורחים נכבדים, סליחה. מתאם השבויים והנעדרים, תת-אלוף גל הירש, ראשת מש"ב, סוכנות הסיוע של ישראל במשרד החוץ, השגרירה עינת שלין, הממונה בשגרירות נפאל בישראל, מר קומר בהרי שרי, נציגי משרד החוץ, מנהלת החטופים, הנעדרים והשבים, אחינו מנפאל, נציגי צה"ל, חברי מועצה, תלמידי שדות נגב היקרים, תודה שבאתם הבוקר לכאן, תושבים יקרים, תושבי העלומים, מכובדיי כולם. היום אנחנו נפרדים בצער רב מביפין ג'ושי, זיכרונו לברכה. צעיר נפאלי שיצא למסע של תקווה, מסע של לימוד, של עמל ושל חיים. ביפין וחבריו מנפאל ומתאילנד עשו מאמץ עצום כדי להגיע לישראל. חצו יבשות, נטלו הלוואות, עזבו את משפחותיהם ואת בתיהם רק כדי להגשים חלום. ללמוד כאן בארץ ישראל, את טכנולוגיית החקלאות המתקדמת בעולם. לראות כיצד אדמה צחיחה יכולה להפוך לשדה מניב, כיצד חדשנות, מחקר ואמונה יכולים לשנות חיים. הם באו לכאן כדי לקחת את הידע הזה חזרה, כדי לפתח את מולדתם, לשפר את חייהם של אחרים ולבנות עבורם עתיד טוב יותר. אבל את החלום היפה הזה קטע באכזריות רבה ארגון הטרור החצרני חמאס. ביום השביעי לאוקטובר ביפין נחטף בחיים בקיבוץ עלומים, לאחר שגילה תושייה ואומץ לב יוצא דופן, כאשר תפס בידיו רימון שהושלך אל תוך המיגונית וזרק אותו החוצה, רגעים לפני שנחטף, ומאז נעלמו עקבותיו. לאורך חודשים ארוכים התפללנו, באמת התפללנו, קיווינו כל כך והחזקנו באמונה כי ישוב אלינו בחיים. אמו ואחותו עמדו מולי ואמרו, תעשה משהו, תעשו מה שצריך. אמרתי, אני מבטיח לעשות מה שאני יכול. לא הצלחנו. כעת עם השבת גופתו לישראל נחשפת מלוא הזוועה, ואנו יודעים כי נרצח בשבי בידי שוביו. היום אנו מלווים אותו בדרכו האחרונה, בכאב עמוק ובכבוד גדול, ומבקשים לזכור לא רק את מותו, אלא גם את חייו ואת הדרך הארוכה שביקש לסלול מכאן לטובת עמו. ביפין היה כאן זמן קצר, אך הותיר אחריו חותם עמוק. חותם גדול במועצה האזורית שדות נגב, כי ראינו בו לא רק מתלמד בחקלאות, אלא שותף לדרך, בן קהילה לכל דבר ועניין, בתפוסה ובאמונה. הוא חלק מהסיפור האנושי שלנו, של חקלאות, של אדמה, של עמל ושל תקווה. לטקס הזה הגיעו תושבים רבים ותלמידים לחלוק לו כבוד אחרון, ואני מאוד מעריך את כל מי שהגיע לכאן היום, לעמוד כאן ולהצדיע לאיש היקר הזה. בשם מדינת ישראל, אם יורשה לי, ובשם אזרחיה, וברור שבשם תושבי ותושבי שדות נגב, אני מבקש מכם, משפחת ג'ושי היקרה, סליחה. סליחה שלא הצלחנו להחזיר את ביפין בחיים. סליחה על כך שהחלום של יצירה וצמיחה הפך לכאב כל כך גדול. אבל גם בתוך הכאב אנו עושים מבט של תודה. תודה על האור שהביא איתו לאזור שלנו, למדינה שלנו, על חלום, על צניעות, על רוח האדם. כפי שאמר הרבי מלובביץ', אלוקים נתן לכל אחד מאיתנו נשמה, שהיא הנר שמאפשר לנו להאיר את סובבנו באורו. אנחנו חייבים לא רק להאיר את פנים ביתנו, אלא גם את החוץ ואת העולם בגדול. וביפין במובנים רבים היה בדיוק הנר הזה. צעיר שנטל את האור הקטן שלו, את הנר שניתן לו, ולקח אותו לקצה השני של העולם. רק כדי ללמוד, לעבוד, לרכוש ידע, לא בשבילו. בשביל מדינתו, בשביל משפחתו, בשביל אחיו. לצערנו לא זכה לשוב הביתה. אך האור שהביא איתו לא קבע. הוא לעולם לא יכבה. האור הזה ימשיך להאיר כאן באדמת העוטף, עוטף ישראל ולא עוטף עזה, בשדות הלאומים ובלב של כולנו. חברים, המשימה עדיין לא הושלמה. אנחנו חייבים לעשות הכל להביא את האחים שלנו לקבורה באדמת הקודש של ארץ ישראל. לא להוריד את הסיכה. היא צריכה להישאר עלינו עד שאחרון החטופים יחזור הביתה. My dear Bipin and his family, I want to say sorry deeply sorry about the fact that we didn't succeed to protect you and save your life. But I promise that we will continue to rebuild and develop the land and the area that you love so much. You and your friends are part of the Sdot Negev community, part of the State of Israel. And I promise not to forget you. Goodbye, dear friend.
I would like to invite Mr. Gal Hirsch to lay a memorial wreath for Bipin. I would like to invite Ms. Shuli Davidovich and Ms. Tamar Yarden to lay a memorial wreath on behalf of the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I would like to invite Mr. Kumar Bahadur Shrestha and Mr. Nadav Ben Yehuda to lay a wreath on behalf of the government of Nepal. I would like to invite Ms. Tamar Abu and Yael Goren to lay a wreath, a memorial wreath, on behalf of the Kidnapped, Missing and Returnees Administration in the Prime Minister's office. I would like to invite Ms. Michal Gal to lay a wreath on behalf of Bituach Leumi. I would like to invite Mr. Tamir Idan to lay a memorial wreath on behalf of the Regional Council of Sdot Negev. Bipin's friend, Dan Bahadur Chandari, spoke about how Bipin loved playing football and basketball. He shared how they would chat for hours about their goals and their dreams. Dan said Bipin and his colleagues shared the same goal: to save a little money and start their own enterprise after returning from the exchange program in Israel. All the people of Israel share in Joshi's family and the people of Nepal's grief and sorrow. With renewed strength and in honor of those who have sacrificed their lives for us, we will continue to build our life here, fight the battle between light and darkness, and promote innovation and cooperation between peoples and nations. We mourn the loss of Bipin, a young, energetic, and charismatic student who wanted to make good for his family, for his community, and for his country. Rest in peace, Bipin. We will all miss you and cherish your memory. For the national anthems of Nepal and Israel, the audience is requested to stand. להשמעת ההמנונים של נפאל וישראל, הקהל מתבקש לעמוד.
Sayuthunga fulka हामी एउटै माला नेपाली सार्वभौम भई फैलिएका मेची महाकाली सायुथुङ्गा फुलका हामी एउटै माला नेपाली सार्वभौम भई फैलिएका मेची महाकाली प्रकृतिका कोटि कोटि सम्पदाको आचल वीरहरूका रगतले स्वतन्त्र अचल ज्ञान भूमि शान्ति भूमि तराई पहाड हिमाल अखण्ड यो प्यारो हाम्रो मातृभूमि नेपाल बहु जाति भाषा धर्म संस्कृति छन् विशाल अग्रगामी राष्ट्र हाम्रो जय जय नेपाल
תם הטקס. Thank you for coming.
Shanti, for Israel, peace, peace. Everyone.
इजरायलको शान्ति हो शान्ति हो शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
Pray for Israel, peace.
ट्रुथ एक्सेप्ट गर्नै पर्छ मेरो बिपिन फर्केर आउँछ भनेर म त्यो दिन तासेर जान्छु भनेर बनाएको फोटो
सबैको लागि चाहिँ यसरी गर्नुहुन्थ्यो आज यसरी खुसी भएको चाहिँ यसरी चाहिँ दुःखद एउटा निधन भयो हामी सम्पूर्ण नेपालहरू र सब गरेर खुसी भएको छौँ र
Finally we get like this Bipin. I'm sorry Bipin. We salute you Bipin. We salute you. I'm so sorry.
इजरायलको शान्तिको लागि इजरायलको पिसको लागि सबैले प्रार्थना गर्न चाहन्छु कि आउने दिन यस्तो प्रकारको घटनाहरू कसैलाई पनि नहोस् हामी गर्वको इजरायलमा छौँ वी लभ इजरायल we support Israel and we pray for Israel and we keep praying for Israel everyone
Where is Adi? Adi कहाँ छ? Adi.
Hello, I'm a journalist from Reuters. Can you tell us, like, how do you feel today? Share about what's your feelings and why it's important.
What I feel, we are very sad. We lost our student, Nepalese student. How we feel very dark day and black day. From when we not sleep, we not eat well, we are working with human and we are working like this every day. We don't accept this, we don't expect this and this. But we need to accept truth. Sorry, Bipin mom and Bipin sister. I don't know, Bipin, but it's like this. She is standing from beginner. Adi, we are sorry, we can't celebrate this happiness. Sorry, Adi. Your effort, we never forget. Sorry, Adi. I write something here. Dear Adi, we could not rejoice in this battle that you fought from the very beginning of life. For that, all of Nepalis are very sad. I can't describe in word in the incomparable contribution you have made. I want to hug you, Adi. Where is Adi? I'm sorry, Adi. See, this stand from beginning for Bipin Joshi. Our Nepalese nobody stand. After we stand. So Adi, thank you so much from your bottom of my heart. Sorry, Adi, we can't do celebration. Thank you so much, Adi, what you did. I'm very sorry. This is for you. I'm so sorry. We are also sorry you did. How you did your effort. Who can take your effort? We are in the off-road. This is not our country.
May I know your name, please? Because
My
we
name
didn't.
is Angie Sherpa.
Would you mind spell it?
Yes.
Angie.
Angie Sherpa. I am Sherpa.
Angie. A-N-G-I-E.
Y-A-N-Z-J-E-E. Y-A-N-Z-J-E-E. You can tell.
Yeah, that's please. Do you mind having for me? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You'll be okay.
And something not working now.
Angie Shefa.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You're also working here in Israel.
Yes, I'm working in caregiver, Nepalese Askelon.
So you also know him as a person.
Yes.
Because
No, I don't know before Bipin. And October 7, we see in television, we hear news, everything we see live. And I'm near of Gaza. From Gaza, I'm 10 kilometers one day. And on 6.5 Saturday, October 7 morning, when it start war, and also rocket is coming our place also, siren. And second day is
sorry,
down.
I need to go. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's okay.
You're good. We gotta go.
Yes.
Stop the light.